bad.
Bad.
You'll get there.
Raka. We are now live, people.
Oh. Okay, got it. Putting my pants back on. Let's do this.
Maybe. Oh wait.
All right, super
Now we
inappropriate
should be
jokes.
live.
Go.
There we go. We're now live.
All right, so a recap of what I remember from last week, and feel free to fill in some blanks here, guys. You entered the Amber Temple, made some friends with the barbarian type people who were hanging out in what's on your map as X15. You opened the door to the north in X15 and came across 3 undead creatures known as flame skulls. You pulled one into the room with you, closed the door, and nearly had a total party kill fighting just the one.
Only because
It's like the witches all over again. It's actually exactly the witches all over again. We pulled one, closed the door, almost died. That's exactly how that went.
You snuck past a well of some sort that you noticed had flame skulls beneath it. You found a single secret room that inside had the dead, decaying body of a wizard. Someone, I want to say...
I've got it.
Nick. I got a wand of secrets out of it. And you made your way to Area X9, which the name of that was the Lecture Hall. Met a man named Vilnius, who told you he was afraid of a large golem made of amber that patrolled the hallway, and that this was his hiding spot. You needed to get the hell out. You wound up making a deal. You escorted him out of the lecture hall to where you are now, back at the entrance of the Amber Temple. He has forked over a necklace that he had as payment for escorting him. And
then we bullied him into coming back in with us.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you made an impassioned plea for him to help out. He's agreed to go back in with you. For now, he's only really agreed on the grounds that he's going to show you how to get to the one other place he knows in the temple, which contains a miniature model of Castle Ravenloft, and he's apparently really into models. We're going to say he's the kind of guy that his entire basement and parts of his attic is just full of miniature train sets. Yeah, so he's agreed to at least lead you there if he gets to keep the miniature of Ravenloft. And he did hand over a necklace to Callow that was probably worth a fair bit of gold, and you determined it was a control amulet of some sort, but you don't know what it controls, and you haven't clued in Vilnius that you know this just yet. So that's what I remember. Have I left out any big details?
Not dead yet.
I don't think
Not for
you've
lack
left
of
anything
trying.
out. Definitely not from lack of trying, or your fucking dice, or ours.
Do we think the control amulet works on the golem?
You hope it does. Other than your hope, you have nothing to indicate.
When we Arcana checked it at the end of last session, what did we... I know that we learned it was control amulet, but did we glean any other information about it at that time?
I don't recall, but I just scrolled up and you had an Arcana check of 19. So the amulet in question, its basic design, whomever is holding it should know what it affects, once they get close to whatever that is. In game mechanics, assuming Callow still has it, if you're paying attention, you're going to feel it like thrum or vibrate if you get within about 10 feet of the thing it's supposed to control.
So why don't we try and go back into the... Hang on. Why don't we try and go back into that lecture hall and hang out by the door with it closed and wait for the fucking golem to pat back?
Ooh.
Okay. Callow's gonna give the necklace over to Orfel.
I don't want that kind of fucking responsibility.
You're much more magically inclined than I am, sir.
Alright.
So, I'm going to assume that this conversation has been had out loud, and Vilnius...
Yes.
Vilnius is now kind of upset that he gave up something so cool. Look, I'll help you explore a little, but this is not a risk I'm really interested in taking. How about I'll hang out here for about 30 minutes, and if it works, you can come back and get me, and if it doesn't, well, after 30 minutes, I'll know, and I'll go on my way. Does that sound good?
Insight check. When I find my button.
Yeah, I was like, oh my god, is it lagging? Dude's got a stone face, and he's got that little bat demon familiar thing floating around him and partially obscures some of his face, so mostly he just looks like annoyed that his face is almost getting scratched. You can't really read the dude.
If you're not still here, fuck you and fuck your deal. We keep the fucking miniature.
30 minutes.
I just walk inside.
Okay.
Can I listen to see if I can hear the golem coming at all? Wait. Walking this way.
Okay, so the patrol for the golem, as far as you guys know. All right, so you've been on the map. I've got that area marked as X8. From what you have observed so far, you don't know if it comes all the way down to X6 or not. You know that it comes down to the doorway between X8 and X6, then goes back out the doorway at the far end of X8, and then does you don't know what for a couple minutes before coming back.
Oh, okay. In that case, you said I'd know that, right?
Yes, you've observed the patrol once before.
So I'm just going to hang here in the corner. It comes right down to the door?
Yeah, you never saw it come through or saw footprints on this side of it. Also worth noting, you're basically hanging out next to that hole in the ground that you're pretty sure has 3 more flame skulls at the bottom. So, you know, this would be a bad place to cut a loud fart.
True enough. All right.
I'll bring Casimir close by. Kalika, Sniverax, you guys going to get in on this?
That's the question. Does he want to go alone? Because Sniverax will demonstrate she's not especially stealthy. It's the scale mail.
I'm happy to go alone if you guys want to wait in the main hall just behind us. Just maybe not in X6.
Sure.
Yeah.
Callow's
We
gonna
would like to be somewhat nearby, though, because she wants to be able to help if anything goes.
Mm-hmm.
Then Callow's gonna leave Jimmy with Vilnius? Whatever?
Vilnius, yes.
Vilnius. Callow's gonna leave him there, and Callow's gonna tell Vilnius, before he leaves, you're not allowed to leave as long as Jimmy's here. And walk away.
And I will say that before you walk away, you do notice Jimmy is deeply distrusting, not of Vilnius, but of the Quasit, the familiar that hangs out with him. You can't tell if that's a judge of character thing or more of a what the ever-loving hell is that thing that some dogs get.
All right. I give a quick listen. Do I hear anything approaching?
You do.
Oh, shit. I'm just going to wait here then.
Okay. So let's say 3 or 4 minutes passed. You hear stomping. It gets closer, seems to come right up to the door, stops, and then stomps back away. This whole thing has taken all of 5 minutes-ish.
And I was holding the amulet when I heard it coming just in case, too. Did anything thrum?
Nope.
I don't know if I was close enough, because you said it's within 10 feet, right?
Yep.
I'll
10
wait.
feet's kind of big if you're, at two opposite ends of the door, though.
Yeah. I'll wait for
Based
it.
on the way the floor was shaking, you think it was within 10 feet, but you can't be 100% sure.
Okay, so I'll wait a short moment for it to go back around. And
okay. Don't know if I'm supposed to do this, but I'll offer you a piece of advice because everything's set up funny here. The hallway is exactly 20 feet across, and this thing is very, very broad. I think if you were to go back to the lecture hall and just like
hang in the
press
door
up against the door.
Yeah, that's the plan. I'm just waiting for the hallway to be clear so I can do that.
Okay, so yeah, after 5 minutes pass and it's gone again, so you have a few moments.
All right, I'm just gonna hang out by the door.
Okay. Yeah, and time passes. Thump, 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 thump. Still nothing.
Oh shit. Okay.
So yeah, you've dedicated about 10 minutes to this, and all you know for sure is that it doesn't seem to work on the Ember Golem.
Okay. I assume it's padded back away now?
Yeah, we'll give it another 5 minutes or so. And ta-da.
Well.
Okay, Callo, seeing Corfo approach, is going to get ready to walk back over, but yeah. Go ahead.
The experiment was a bust. It doesn't look like this is for the golem.
Well, it's conclusive at least. So there's something else we can control.
Mm-hmm.
And the statue featured prominently in Casimir's vision. Maybe it has something to do there?
Perhaps. And Casimir, you said your vision indicated we must go down. You said correct.
Yes. The vision indicated that there was a secret doorway to a stairwell behind the statue.
Can someone go and get that other miscreant? And we
Callo's
can be
already
on
out
our way.
there. Alright. Nothing happened. Can't get the golem. It's used for something else. Gotta go.
Okay. I thought I was here to help you get to the miniature. What? I don't...
Well, if we could have controlled the golem, it would have been very nice for us. Much less danger.
Okay, I got two problems here. Well, I got one problem, and then you've got a problem. First, and he gestures towards the arrow slits on the left side of the room that we'd marked X17 in the past. The room where the flame skulls are, the room where his master, whose name I'm blanking on right now, died. Jakarian. There we go. So, as soon as we get down into the open, those flame skulls are free to shoot at us, which I'm kind of not cool with. And I guess the second part is, if you guys get into a fight with anything, I'm going to be way the hell in the back. And if it looks like it's not going well, don't expect me to pull you out. I'm going to be too busy running.
I mean, this is something you told us before, and we're okay with it as
Of
long as
course.
while you're in the back, you're not just sitting there twiddling your thumbs, because
I just want to make sure this is clear because I don't want to catch an arrow in the back when I do exactly what I told you guys I was going to do.
I don't have any arrows, so you won't get an arrow in the back from me.
if I have enough time to turn around and hit you with an arrow, you shouldn't have been running in the first place. So if you do get hit by an arrow, you shouldn't have been running, and you deserve it.
To de-escalate this a little, I believe our main concern is so long as you do not betray us in some way.
Exactly.
We do not care if you come or go. You are quite welcome to come with us. It is helpful to have more firepower against these things.
Prioritizing your life is fine. That's all right.
But
It's just don't leave us for no reason.
if your courage holds, you will of course have the prize you wish. It's a model. And as we said before, we only wish to study it for a moment. You may keep it afterwards, if you are capable of moving it, of course. And if it's in our power to assist in getting it out of here, I'm sure I will at least help you with that. If it's reasonable, of course. I'm not dragging around a 10-ton block of iron.
Well, I wouldn't worry about that. I picked up a little spell called Reduce, so even if it is a little big, I think I can get it out. But either way, I think the first course of action should be to clear the hallway out to get to where the model is.
We were able to separate one flame skull before, and so long as we are ready, and can you or Casimir, are you able of stopping a spell before it happens? Just make sure it does not fireball.
Casimir and Vilnius kind of mumble to one another for a moment. I believe between the two of us, we should be able to counter up to 6 fireballs.
Excellent.
It would be best if we did not allow so many to be cast.
No.
That would be all we would be able to counter for a day.
I do not intend to go lightly on these.
I've also got 2 counter spells.
I'm sorry, what was that, Nick?
I've also got 2 counter spells.
Ooh, nice.
Okay. Casimir, in speaking with Vilnius, basically gets Vilnius to agree to burn his counter spells in what's coming. Like, basically, if it opens with like a couple of fireballs, he'll get the first one, but as a reaction, that's all he's got.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, we derailed you, Rucker.
No, that's fine. That's pretty much all I had. So the only question is, how do we kite them through the door before they start shooting fireballs?
I think everybody be off to the side so only one person can be seen by them. Who's got good decks and can get the fuck out of the way?
I have good decks.
Hey!
Okay. Back through this door we go then. Yeah. So we open the door and immediately sidestep, right? That's the plan.
Well,
yes, and whoever is capable of fireballing, or whoever is going to shut the door, is the only one that stays up close.
yeah, I would think, Pratim, you'd sort of hang here, away from the door.
Also, don't we technically have 2 of them that are beating their faces on the door right now?
Potentially.
How is this going to work?
I have an idea.
Oh, are you going to mage hand them?
Well, no, that's okay. That would be interesting. But no, I've got a familiar here. He can, flying stuff. I thought, what if he went up to one of the arrow slits and maybe got their attention?
I
Okay.
like it.
I don't know if they chase him, but I bet they'd at least look at him. And he turns and whispers something to the closet. The closet, for its part, looks very unhappy about this, and in fact, with its tiny little hand, reaches out and slaps Vilnius, but then flits away out of your field of vision, presumably to go do as he was instructed.
That's an interesting familiar you got there. What? I've never seen the familiar slap its master.
Familiarity breeds contempt.
Oh.
That was a really fucking good joke.
That was really good, dude. I fucking loved it. That was great. That was so good.
That was fast.
All right, so anyway, Vilnius lets you know that his closet is ready to go. You just need to, well, let him know when you want the distraction to start.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Like it's hovering near an arrow slit. It hasn't gotten anything's attention yet.
Ready.
Okay.
Hold on. Who's going to be holding the door closed? Just so we're sure. Because I'm like,
Well,
but
we just need to open it, get the attention of one of the two, get it through in line of sight immediately, and then close the door.
who's going to be responsible for that? Because they can't do a response action.
Wait, what do you mean?
Like, weren't we going to do the same thing that we were last time, where everyone just uses basically a surprise round to kind of just pile on as much as possible?
Yeah.
But the person who closes the door loses that pile on, right? Because their action is closing the door.
Well, we'll have an extra moment because the intent is that the familiar is distracting the flame skulls as well.
Oh, okay.
I mean, we can also just have held actions for the moment one comes through the door, so we're still essentially getting our surprise round.
Do you want us rolling initiative now, D?
Go for it. That's what I've been doing there.
Fuck. Hey. Twins. Oh, thank fuck. Oh no. Rocco, we would like the closet to distract the flame skull with the higher initiative, thank you.
That'd be nice.
Well, not for nothing, there is one in there that you guys have already hit. Like, you're not
That's
really
right.
gonna be able to tell which one's which. I'll tell you, once you open the door, there's gonna be a blue one and a green one.
We threw the other flame skull outside, right? The dead one?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, good. Alright, ready.
Okay, so I will remove the door.
And then the distraction happens.
Okay, yes, so you hear what sounds kind of like a very small monkey just getting very upset about something. And whoever it is that throws the door open, Callo, Kalika, who's got the door?
I'll get it.
All right, so as Kalika opens the door, you see that there are indeed two flame skulls, and the way the door opens, I'm going to say you pulled it out this time. They don't notice that it's open. You see the back of both of their heads, and they both seem to have tilted slightly in the air, kind of doing that dog hearing a strange noise for the first time look, but they haven't yet started to move towards the closet. Do we want to do anything to them outside of initiative order.
Surprise
They haven't
round.
seen you. I'll let one of you take a cheap shot.
I'm gonna fucking throw a chill touch at the one that I can see, which I imagine is probably the green in terms of line of sight.
I'll say, you tell me. You should have line of sight up.
Yeah. I can technically see both, but I'm gonna go for green.
Okay, so yeah, attack on green.
Chill touch. Wait, why does that have an attack
2d8.
roll?
It is an attack
Oh,
roll.
it is an
but you do
attack
get
roll.
2d8.
Right.
Anyway, yes.
Oh, and an extra D8 because it's a fucking undead. Is it undead?
No. You're 5th level, right? Its damage just increases at 5th level.
Oh shit. Oh, the thing for undead is different. Yeah. So that'll be 10 damage.
Okay. So you get a solid hit with the chill touch. However, it just doesn't seem to hit as hard as you thought it was going to.
That's fine. It's more about the extra bonus for it being undead.
Well, flame skulls are resistant to necrotic damage.
Yes, but until the end of my next turn, because it's undead, it has disadvantage on any attack rolls against me.
Okay, cool.
Is that not showing?
I did. Oh, there it is. Yeah, I see it now. Sorry, I was reading everything else, trying to figure out what was going on.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
All right, so green takes a hit. It is Casimir's turn, since we're going at the start of the initiative order. And what is he able to do?
Probably not fireball.
Yeah, fuck.
Mage hand.
Fuck all. Mage hand. Oh, yeah, mage hand, because we said we can do this.
Yep, empty human skull, 2.5 pounds.
Yep, so
Mage hand can objectively move that.
Casimir is going to again try his previous fucking slap, and he's just gonna summon the mage hand above the flame skull and just like palm down, drive this thing down and try and smack it into the ground.
And that's the green one?
The green one. What did I do for this
Okay.
before? Just a straight roll plus something?
Let's just call that, we'll do that like a grapple, like it's an athletics thing. So if you'll do Casimir's, he has -1 for strength.
Yep, so that'll be a 12. Watch this bullshit now with these dice. Fuck.
Oh, come on, dude.
Look, it's okay.
With you.
It's okay. We wiped out a natural 20.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna like, holy God.
If I can try to affect this some, would it be his strength modifier or Casimir's strength modifier or his spell casting modifier? Because he's not using physical strength, he's using magical strength.
If that were the case, yeah, he would have gotten a +3 instead of a -1. But
D prefers not to do it that
nat
way.
20 doesn't,
it's still a nat 20. That's usually
but
a
it's a
success.
skill check. And nat 20s on skill checks are not guaranteed.
You're not wrong.
How
Tell you what,
about...
because I don't want you to die, Raka, I'll let you guys have this.
Yay!
I was going to say, how about we compromise
Right.
and it just smashes it to pieces?
Yeah, no, what's going to happen here instead is Casimir's mage hand will, in fact, push the flame skull down, and it will, but like his hand will slip off. He wasn't quite compensating for how tilted the Flame Skull was at the beginning of all this and how much Corfell knocked it around. So he lowers it to the ground and disorients it, but he's not able to really hold it.
That's
So
fair.
what I'm going to do mechanics-wise is the next attack that Flame Skull makes will be at disadvantage. And I know that it's already that way against Corfell. Now it's that way against everybody. That being said, next up in the order is Kalika.
Okay. So we kind of failed in getting either of them in, right?
Nobody's really tried to pull either of them in yet. We just opened the door and started throwing shit.
Okay, I hate what I'm about to do. Remind me again, was it green or blue that got effed up?
Green.
Okay.
Just remember to rage.
I don't want. Okay. Kalika is gonna try and grab green and pull green in here.
Okay, let's do an athletics.
And I absolutely hate this with every second of my body.
Just point it away from us. Bully the shit out of it.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
I grabbed the fucking flaming skull. Okay.
Yes, so, and like, it's so easy. You've got this thing in one hand and you just yank it inside the door with you.
Did Callow have a prepared action to close the door when one came through?
Oh, I
I
didn't
don't
say
remember
it,
him
but
telling me that.
that is what I intended, because Kalika had said the same setup as last time. Is that fair?
I'll give it to you this once. Next time you've
Okay.
got to remember to say it out loud, though, or I'm going to
Gotcha.
get mean.
My bad.
What do you mean, get mean, sir?
I'm trying so hard
Only
not to
roll
kill you
20s.
guys.
Yeah, we appreciate it. We appreciate it. We appreciate it.
All right, so it is now Vilnius's turn. He waves his hand and looks like he's casting a really cool spell, and then like an aura glows around him. And that's about it. He definitely did something to himself. It is now the turn of the green flame skull. And it does this like dragon-like thing where it opens its mouth, and then Vilnius reaches out and does something, and nothing happens with the flame skull.
Hey.
Vilnius was true to his word and did counterspell a fireball for you.
Fuck it up!
It is now Callow's turn.
I've already used my action, right? I mean, I can make Jimmy attack it.
No, that was your
That's
held
a
action
bonus
from the
action,
previous turn, so now it's actually your
your-
turn.
Oh, it's actually my turn. Oh,
Yes.
okay.
I forget what the exact reading of it is. I kind of interpreted it as a reaction.
Correct.
Yes, you take your action from your turn and turn it into a reaction with a specific trigger.
Okay. Then I'm just going to smack it with the short sword.
Hey!
It hits for sure, but not for too much.
I have to double check.
I think from
Oh,
memory
yes.
they were.
Slashing.
Damage resistance versus piercing.
Yeah.
Check short
Oh.
Yeah, we'll call
All
that.
my attacks are piercing, unfortunately.
I could have sworn that was slashing. I could be wrong. You're right.
We
It's
can
piercing.
double-
Wow.
Yeah, like I'm not trying to fuck with you guys.
No,
the game is doing that enough. Yeah, I'll say that's
probably had it
3
down.
damage. that will bring us to Corfell.
Eldritch Blast. 2 shots.
Oh, get him.
Wait. Oh, can Jimmy also bite? I can still do that, right?
Oh, yeah. On your bonus action.
Yeah. There.
Oh, get him.
Okay. All right, so Jimmy's bite also being piercing. I'm going to knock that down to a 4.
Get him, Jimmy. Sick him.
And because, as far as I know, Kalika is still palming this thing like a basketball, I'm not going to worry about it being knocked prone. But yeah, both of the Eldritch Blasts should have hit, so that's going to be 11 force damage. And is that it for your turn, Corfell?
That's it.
Sniverax.
Ooh, got a hit. Does this get advantage from being grappled and like completely palmed?
I think so.
I'm glad. Also,
15 would have been good.
Yeah.
smites are pretty cool.
Oh, snap.
Okay. So yeah, and it is not resistant to slashing damage, so that's full on. It's going to be 21 damage.
It's definitely
And
dead, right?
it only had 19 hit points.
Oh, good.
Ooh.
So Sniverax, you do this wonderful thing where you swing as hard as you can, and it just like explodes into dust in Kalika's hand, and you like deftly slice between her thumb and forefinger without ever like even grazing her skin.
Good catch,
Sniverax,
Kalika.
I think you did it. I think you got it.
It is now the other Flame Skull's turn in the order, and you hear thunk thunk against the door.
Okay, I mean, do we continue here? Can we prepare another counter spell?
The counterspell is just prepared because of the nature of what it is, but I think we just swing the doors open and go again.
Yeah, sounds good to me.
And if I may suggest, once we get all our attacks in, can we have Callow again ready in action to just slam the door? Like once Sniverax takes her a shot, just close the door again. Fuck it.
That would take. Yeah, actually, that's given that your piercing damage is resisted. That might not be a bad idea. In this instance, you're not as useful.
I know what you're saying.
You're not as useful as you could be.
Okay, all right.
You're gonna make it feel dumb.
Callow's gonna look at Jimmy and say, "At least you can do things, man."
All right, sorry. So what is the plan, to open the door again, or are we holding some actions? Like I need.
So
Oh, Callow's gonna hold an action to close the door.
Right.
Once it's ready.
And I guess we restart in this order.
Yes,
By somebody
everybody.
opening the door.
Say everybody's had their turn, so yes.
So in this instance, Casimir will hold the mage hand to try again to do the same thing for as soon as the door is open.
Okay. So I've got Callow ready to shut the door on the off chance that it comes through. And I'm going to move this corpse.
I think from the order, we can actually, this goes last, so we could have literally opened the door, everyone gets a hit in, and then we have...
Yep.
That's
Yeah.
yeah. So we don't want to drag it in here with us, D. We want to open the doors, smack it, and then close the doors on it.
Just let everybody get hits in.
You
right.
told us to respect Curse of Strahd. This is us respecting Curse of Strahd.
No, hey, yeah, absolutely cheese it. I don't want you to die.
Cheese it.
All right, mage hand, go.
All right. So yes, roll your thing, and you can use the +3. instead
Oh,
of
yeah.
-1. Oh,
Oh,
Just crush it in Mage Hand.
okay, yeah. You just Casimir just slams it to the ground. I'm so excited that this finally worked, dude. I'm gonna give you some fall damage on this one.
Shit, yeah.
oh shit!
Yeah.
We did it.
So yeah, 4 bludgeoning damage as it hits the ground, and off the top of my head, is Mage Hand something that's going to be like a concentration thing for Casimir? Like he can hold it down?
Yes. Yeah, technically.
Okay, so we've been using it as an attack, which I don't think was really what was intended, but there we are. So as long as Casimir can maintain concentration and it can't struggle out, it's just on the ground, a little softball-sized, pissed-off undead skull. Let's call it prone. Everybody gets advantage on attacks.
Yes.
So, Kalika.
Yeah.
I swing my big old battle axe.
You get 2 of those.
And then I'm gonna do it again. Okay, not the third time. That was
Yeah. All right, so 17.
I got a little too excited.
Hey, happens to me all the time.
With the battle axe, dude, I understand.
Okay, so I'm reading Mage Hand, and the final line says specifically the hand can't attack.
This isn't an attack. Or carry more than 10 pounds.
It's fall damage.
Okay.
So yeah, we haven't been using it like an unarmed attack, so go ahead, Raka.
So the thing that was supposed to stop it from like grappling was more than 10 pounds. But
I guess,
You're
yeah.
fighting a tiny undead. So yeah, this is not going to work if you pick a fight with that big-ass golem, but these things are so tiny. It's whatever. These are those little mice that fall asleep in tulips.
Look,
except they're
man,
undead and
you
shoot
don't
fire.
know my
Mice are
life.
sometimes
I reckon I
so-
could use the Mage Hand to tickle the golem's gooch.
Well, you live in Australia. You need to kill things that are that small all the goddamn time. You're constantly under assault.
True.
you know, if you had a deadly spider or a deadly scorpion, you could deliver it with a Mage Hand.
Also true.
Sorry, let's keep building a skull.
I'm sorry. I need a moment to shake that off.
All right, what is Vilnius
All
doing?
right, so it is Vilnius' turn. And what is his... All right, he has a +5 to attack. He waves his hands a little bit and gestures at the skull. And he shoots out... let's see if we can do better than 12. No, he cannot. He is not fantastic at this. He shoots out a firebolt at the flame skull, misses entirely, and the corpse of what you assume is his mentor that lies just beyond the flaming skull, he actually shoots a firebolt into his mentor's corpse, sort of adding insult to injury.
Also, it
I'm
wasn't
gonna
the
say
other
that-
body that was his mentor.
I'm sorry?
It wasn't the other body that was his mentor.
No, he mentioned it was he got blown up by flame skulls.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you never really got any details about the other guy, save that it looked like he froze to death a long time ago. And the assumption was that he used that wand to find a secret room, but that was it. He still died there.
Yep, okay.
All right, Callow, it's your turn.
Prep the action.
Well, this is when I close the door, right?
No.
Prepare the action.
Prepare
to
the
close door.
action to close the door.
Yeah.
I mean, you can do it this way, but like, it'll just extend the combat.
Consider
Alright,
the
so-
action prepared.
Do you want Jimmy to do a thing?
Yes, Jimmy, fight the boy.
Okay, yes, we call that 4 damage.
And then
All
I'm
right.
just going to Eldritch Blast again.
You have advantage.
Fuck. Keep hitting the wrong thing.
Oh, God.
He has another blast, though.
There's the,
Hey.
there's the second blast. Yeah, so that hits. 4 damage. Ha ha ha.
Okay. Sniverax, take us home, baby.
Yeah.
14 hit.
Yes.
A 14 does hit. And okay, yeah, this is the second flame skull, just like the last one, just explodes into a cloud of dust.
Ooh, no mistakes.
All right, and going forward, like, are you guys okay with keeping like this initiative order for the rest of the session, or do you want a fresh one each time?
I don't mind either way.
I don't like my 6, but I'm not going to overturn other people's.
Yeah, I'm not a
initiative
fan
for
of my
that.
9 either, but same.
All right, so I'll leave it as is, and whenever you pick a fight with something new, I'll have it roll, and I'll just add it into the order we have.
Okay.
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 Calling up to Vilnius. I see you got your master one last time.
Oh, why you gotta kick him when he's down, man?
Yeah, no, I that's exactly what I meant to do. That's what he gets for bringing us out here.
I'm going to investigate the corpse as well.
Okay. Oh, that's a hell of an investigation check.
It's finally
Okay.
working.
His spellbook, unfortunately, did not survive. It looked like it survived the initial flame skull assault, but that last firebolt just destroyed it.
Why am I not fucking surprised?
Ah!
And I cast the side eye at Vilnius.
Just give him the ashes.
There is a lying next to Jakarian's corpse. There is a staff that appears to be some sort of magical staff. We're talking wizard staff, not quarter staff.
Ah. If Corfell doesn't mind, Sniv would like to hold that for a second just to see something.
Mm-hmm.
She's going to shillelagh it, see how that feels resonating with magic.
Okay, so give me, if you would, a charisma saving throw.
Oh,
Sniverax.
shit.
Oh, boy.
Oh, thank fuck.
Okay. As you go to pick up this staff, you can tell that it is indeed a magical weapon, but you also feel that it tries to exert some sort of not exactly control over you, but you get the impression that carrying this staff around might fundamentally change who you are.
Wow.
So, like, you barely brush your fingertips with it, and just maybe it's instinct, maybe it's divine intervention, but there's almost an electric crackling as you feel something try to creep into you, and you just pull away.
Arcana check!
Sniv is going to throw it down if Corfell isn't still holding on to it.
Arcana check.
I hadn't touched it
Yeah.
yet.
Say, Corfell had not explicitly stated he touched it. I only said that he saw it lying there.
Oh,
So,
okay.
Sniv, Arcana it before you throw it down.
No, Sniv is, you can pick it back up, but Sniv is disgusted by this thing.
Oh no.
That staff has some foul influence. What's What was your master's staff?
I'm pretty sure it was just a staff of frost.
No, this is much more evil. I'm assuming it was an evil force trying to change Sniv. Or
Sniv felt that way.
okay. If not, she's still going to jump to that conclusion. If you are to check it out, please use caution. Do not touch it directly.
Look, if you guys don't want it, like, I'll take it. I can definitely use this thing.
Can you hold it? Like, we just had a huge reaction to someone trying to hold it. Will it be okay for you to hold it?
I mean,
have you held it before?
Not for long, but, a couple of times.
Vilnius, we, for the moment at least, are allies, and I cannot in good faith inflict this on you. I will, of course, give it to you after we are done here, but if you are committed to it, I suppose you can. You may have the magical influence to overcome it, but I'm not saying this to take the staff. I do not want it.
All right, just so we're clear, like, if I bend down and pick up the staff, you're not going to try to kill me, right?
Well, if the staff mind controls you and you try to kill us, we might, but no, not as long as you continue to be our ally here.
Okay, cool. He walks over, reaches down, picks up the staff, twirls it a little, tosses it between his hands.
Insight.
Yeah, can you give us an Arcana check there, Vilnius?
Okay, let me think. Arcana. He has a +6 to Arcana.
Oh shit.
Yeah, it's pretty much a standard staff of frost. Yeah, there's a little curse on it. Not a big deal though. This totally fits my personality anyway. It just means that I'm gonna do what it takes to be strong. So yeah, let's get a little further into this temple. I bet there's some cool shit down on the bottom, right?
Oh, this is gonna make him more fucking cool. Okay, yeah. But we need to watch him.
So, okay. You're with an insight of 18. Sniverax, I'm just going to come out and say it. Like, between your insight check and what you experienced when you tried to pick things up, it's not that he seeks to become stronger. It's a little more subtle than that. You understand he now craves power above all else. And he will do whatever it takes to gain more power. So if there's an opportunity where he could get something cool and like all he had to do was let you guys die, he'd 100% do that. Yeah, Nick, I don't know, man. Like, he wasn't somebody you were supposed to bring with you. You just did a really good job persuading. So, like most things in this module, I'm just kind of guessing.
So, you say it just makes you wish for power, correct?
Oh, yeah, gonna practice my cantrips, do the magical equivalent of some push-ups.
Interesting. As it happens, we are looking for powerful allies in our fight against Strahd. You say you did not know Strahd, yes?
Yeah, never heard of it. We got into this land, came straight here. Sounded like he might have been the guy who runs the place, but...
he certainly is.
Yeah, we never dealt with him.
The model of the castle that we are looking for is no doubt filled with the treasure of this land. He has been ruling over it for how many decades now? Honestly, I'm not certain, but if you are committed to this path, it probably would help you if you wish to raid his castle at some point. I would not make an ally of him, though. He tends to turn his allies into servants, those who are completely stunted in power and no longer able to follow their own desires. He is a dangerous man. He will offer you great things, of course, but I would not trust him. He will only end up controlling you.
Good to know. That sounds like that might be a good next stop once I'm done here.
Well, when it comes time for us to dethrone him, of course, you may wish to ally with us again.
So that I can take his place and you'll be friends with the guy on top. I got this. Yeah. No, that sounds great. Excellent.
Exactly.
Okay.
And I just sort of, because I'm behind him, I just kind of wasn't behind him, but yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Are you, I assume that Corfell is not being completely honest with his agreement there.
Correct.
Let's have you do a deception roll with advantage.
Yep.
Okay, yeah, no, that sounds great. Look, I got to figure out the lay of the land and everything, but yeah, I think once I'm running this whole country, I'm going to need some, advisors, some generals, a cabinet, if you will. Stick with me, kids. Life is going to get a lot better from here.
Williams, don't you think it's a little odd that you went from prioritizing saving your life to wanting to rule this land in the time span of you picking up this staff? Don't you think it's a little bit odd? Like, you should be smart enough for this.
All we're saying is you have made this decision very quickly. Perhaps be a little careful still.
Perhaps it's not a decision you would have made before you picked up something.
You're getting the timeline all wrong. Look, I just saw you guys beat the ever-loving shit out of the flame skulls that killed my master. I'm walking behind you guys. I just got my master's old staff, so that's like a bunch of extra spell slots. I can't lose when I got you guys here with me, helping me get through the temple. There's all sorts of powerful stuff here. I know it.
And this is only the first stop, of course.
Oh, yeah.
We will need to ally again.
Excellent. Jakarian told me all the cool stuff's down in the basement anyway.
Sniverax will try to give a little bit of eyebrow to our ally, our actual ally. I can't remember his name. Hold on.
Casimir, yeah.
Casimir, thank you. I don't think she has eyebrows, though, so I don't know how well that'll work.
Ridge raises.
There we go.
Casimir sort of gives you a shrug, like he's aware, but let's do an insight check for Sniverax.
Okay.
Casimir is very concerned about what's happening, but at the same time, this guy does not seem immediately hostile, so he seems willing to roll with it for the moment.
Yeah. That's good enough. Honestly, this place seems dangerous enough that I'm willing for the risk.
Okay. So Vilnius very confidently walks forward, his Quasit sort of chittering at him the whole way. He doesn't seem to care. And he stops here. All right, yeah, this is the room we got into before. Had all the problems with the flame skulls and the death. And he just opens the door and strides in.
I'm gonna watch. Oh, whoa. Okay, nothing horrible happened. Did it look like he was making any funny movements to avoid a trap?
Nope. I mean, not that you saw. If you want to make a check.
No, that's all right.
Okay. I'm zoomed out too much. I keep losing the closet.
Oh, it has its own token?
Yeah. I just had to move Callow. There we go. See him?
Yep.
Yeah, it's tiny. Time
So-
to study this.
Yeah, I tried to shrink it before, but it didn't work. And it should have. I don't know if it's magical or if there's like something that's preventing it. We were exploring a little bit. I was about to use the closet to try to get something, but he's not super dexterous, let's say.
Shrink what? What are we looking at?
Well, I think there's something in here in the main hall that's preventing it from shrinking. You there? Points at Sniverax. Yeah, tiny hands.
Yes.
Do me a favor. Reach in the front door of the main hall. See if there's something in there you can pull out.
Hey, prevent to get what to shrink? What are you talking about? The miniature?
Yeah, he's trying to shrink down the miniature of Ravenloft to take with him, but something's preventing him from being able to shrink it.
Before that happens, Casimir would like to detect magic in the room.
Okay, give me just a moment, because I somehow clicked a button and closed out of the game like a genius. If you want to go ahead and roll, it'll take me a minute to check it.
Oh, no roll. It's just a straight spell.
Oh, I'm sorry. What was the spell then?
Detect magic.
Okay. On Detect Magic, I don't have the text in front of me. Are you going to be aware of any magic that's in the room? Like if there's
Correct,
multiple
yeah.
sources?
So for the duration, you sense the presence of magic within 30 feet of you. If you sense magic in this way, you can use your action to see a faint aura around any visible creature or object in the area that bears magic, and you learn its school of magic, if any.
Okay, cool. So, yeah, you see the things that you expected to see. Vilnius's staff, I think Callow... No, you have the amulet now, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
I do, yes. Oh, no, he has the amulet. Yeah.
If Shillelagh is still active on Sniverax's sword. Mostly
Probably.
You just see exactly what you expected to see, but something's glowing inside that model.
Okay. And Casimir will then focus in on that, learning its school of magic. If any.
Let me look. Like, I know what's there. I don't think it has a school of magic exactly. But yeah, you can just tell that there's something magical where Sniverax is about to put her hand.
Oh, I'm going to check this out first. I'm going to guidance investigate this.
Yeah.
Any place that I'm going to be putting my hand, I want to be certain.
Casimir has been left behind on the map, by the way, because we don't control him.
Right, thank you. Sorry.
Got an 18.
We added extra wizard NPCs and I got thrown off. Okay. Gee, 23. Okay.
Oh, did I have an advantage on this?
I mean, I'll give you advantage because you, I assume Corfell gave you some sort of hint that something was in there.
Perfect. This is first just checking for any danger. I'm not just jamming my hand in there.
You don't see anything dangerous. You don't get the sense of anything malignant happening. There's not really a good light source to show you what's inside of the Grand Hall section of the model.
Casimir will cast light as a cantrip.
You now see what appears to be a handle, but it's lying on the bottom of the model at kind of a weird angle. So you are led to believe like it's not a functional handle that does something to the model. It just looks like an old handle that someone has placed in there.
I'd like to request Casimir or the other mage man to mage hand that out.
Casimir will do so.
Yes, Casimir gently, delicately pulls it out. Giggity. As he removes the handle from the Great Hall of the model, you can see it's not actually a handle. It appears to be the hilt of a sword with no blade.
Interesting.
And it is just it's now on the table in front of Sniverax.
Can I ask very quickly, from Casimir's detect magic, the model itself did not give off any magic aura, right? It was this
the thing inside
yeah, okay.
the model.
So I'm going to do the detect evil and good. I have a feeling this the paladin one where I just get sort of a flash of things. I want to check out this handle first, and also a little bit of magic side eye on our new ally to see if he's gotten any worse. I know I did this once, but I want to see how progressed he's gotten.
Okay. I will say that it's hard to tell, like, degrees of evil. You were aware, before you ever laid eyes on that guy, that he was evil. So, let's say good appears as, like, blue, evil appears as red.
The funny thing is, evil's got a bit of a stink to it.
Okay. Listen, he's still definitely reddish in color. He's still a little bit stinky, but, like, it's maybe a little worse, but not a lot. Like,
okay.
It's gone from potatoes au gratin farts to broccoli farts. Both are still bad. The handle, as far as you can tell, good.
All right, I'm going to grab it then.
Fantastic. All right, so we're going to go into bullet time here, guys, because a lot of shit is going to happen in an instant.
Oh, fuck.
Okay. So, for everybody who's not Sniverax...
Sorry, can you just repeat what just happened there? Like, he put his hand on it?
He picked up the hilt that you guys had found.
He being Sniverax?
Sorry, yeah, he being Raka. She, Sniverax.
Yeah.
The Killian problem.
Yeah. What everybody that's not Sniverax sees is Sniverax makes a sharp intake of breath, and with her free hand, like, clutches at her tummy and just collapses. She's still conscious, but she seems to be in incredible pain. Now, let's back out a minute and let's talk about what Sniverax is seeing. So, Sniverax,
okay,
you have placed your hand on this weapon, and
oh shit,
you are hit by the emotional equivalent of a Mack truck. You feel something you have not felt in years. And considering the lifespan of your species, that's saying a lot. You're suddenly reminded in excruciating detail a story of when you were very young. You had, in your youth, a pet dog. Do you want to throw in anything about like where you found it, like the story?
I think I know where this is going, and I'm assuming just based on the last time we talked, it was less of a pet dog and a mount dog. It was something my master got for me Paladin needs a mount to go places. This is a huge point of pride. So they intentionally got it.
Yeah, and you trained together. You became very close. The concept of having a pet was almost alien to you, but you started to kind of understand it in a way comparable to the way humans would have a dog that is both a working dog and a friend. And you came to love it, especially considering how you, as a kobold, were treated by a lot of people in the towns that you and your master visited, I'm sure. So, would you like to tell what happened?
Either way is fine.
I don't mind doing it, but if you had some something you wanted to throw in, I didn't want to steamroll you. And yes, that's where this was going.
Hells yeah.
Okay, so I guess I'll continue this then. Gone through a lot of training with this dog, got close with it, started developing more of the the emotions and relationships you get when you're not part of a tiny cave dwelling group that has to only think about survival. And she started trying to do nice things for her mount. Brushing it, taking care of it, the sort of thing you do with your working companion. She even tried making a meal for it. She wasn't a great cook. She knew how to kind of roast meat and kind of put it together. And her master always used these spices and these extra ingredients. She didn't quite understand it. But, some of this black stuff, some of the white salty stuff, a little bit of garlic, actually a lot of garlic. It was a lot of garlic that she fed to her dog mount. And she didn't understand why it was just feeling worse and worse after this. And, they had a long training day. Maybe he was still hungry. And it just progressed through the night and never understood until the morning when her dog had died. Her master had woke up and had to be explained to her. Dogs can't eat these things.
So yeah, what Sniverax has had happen to her in this moment is she is being forced to relive that moment, that waking up the next day,
Lily,
her only friend in the
Lily,
world up until that point, dead. And it was, even though it was accidental,
Lily,
entirely her fault. And Sniverax, the pain is absolutely overwhelming. As time has gone by, you've managed to kind of shut that out of your mind. It was always too painful to think about. So it's almost like you didn't really mourn properly. You just
Lily Pop
cut that part of your life out of your memory. And anytime your mind started to wander toward it, some defense mechanism in your own brain would distract you, would turn you away. But in this moment, you can't stop thinking about that. And after what seems like years living in this moment, the pain in your stomach so intense, like you feel like you could throw up everything that you've ever eaten and it still wouldn't be enough. Like your body wants to turn inside out. But you start to realize it's not your pain that you're feeling. Sniverax, what you are feeling is the pain of the sword that you hold in your hand. it too has experienced the loss of someone it loved above all others and has never really been able to deal with that. You are in this moment sympathizing with one another. You are bonding over pain and loss of a loved one, and how, even though it wasn't your fault, this feeling that if I had just been a little better, this wouldn't have happened. My friend would still be here. And okay, so we're still in bullet time. Back to the rest of you. You see Sniverax loosen up a little bit. She's no longer curled up almost into a tight ball, clutching this sword hilt. She seems to have relaxed just a little bit. Like all this has happened in just mere seconds. But she's gone from looking like she was about to die to looking like she was about to take a nap. The comfort level has shifted. And so, Sniverax, back to what's going on in your mind. You come to understand that the weapon that you hold does in fact have a mind of its own, in a very literal sense. And it conveys several images to you. And this is not exactly watching a movie, but you see several still images, one after another. And you see, well, you never see the face of the friend. You sort of see through the friend's eyes, because that's how close the two of you were. You were almost of one mind. And you see a face that's very familiar, and you're honestly not sure if it's familiar to you or familiar to the blade. Smiling, and then the expression changes and it grows a little darker, and the person that face belongs to draws a sword, and you never draw yours in response. And that friend strikes you down. And again, you feel that pain of someone dying, of not being able to do something. If only your friend had turned to you, you could have defended him against this mutual friend who betrayed him. And then you're alone, in pain. The only friend you've ever had is dead. And you don't know what to do. You're just so lost in grief. And you soon see another face. And it's a face of someone working for the one who killed your friend. They've been sent to destroy you. And at this point, you see the hilt of the sword not as it is, but as it was. This was clearly a magical weapon made by a master craftsman. The blade, not made of metal, but somehow grown out of a crystal. Like nothing anyone in this world has ever seen before. The person, the destroyer, as you think of them, managed to remove and destroy that blade. But they had other plans for you. They were going to try to sell the rest of you. They still sensed there was magic, and hey, they'd done their part. They destroyed it. And you didn't see anything for a long time. And then you're in the woods somewhere. The destroyer has you. And they're looking around a little panicked. And just for a moment, you can see they're surrounded by wolves. And they take you in their hands and try to use you to defend themselves. But nothing happens. And you watch, not really happy, but maybe a little smug, as they're torn apart, as they so richly deserved. Some time passes, and eventually someone you don't recognize finds you in the woods, picks you up, dusts you off. And then some more time passes, and someone placed you there. And now someone else has picked you up. But for the first time since the death of your friend, you're held by someone who seems to understand on some level who you are. And Sniverax, that is the moment where you realize you found a sort of kindred spirit. You don't know if the two of you could ever be friends, but that's the moment where you grow calm and relaxed. And so all of this in real time has taken maybe 5 seconds, but Sniverax, for you, it's been days. So I'd like to take us back out of this bullet time. And yeah, Sniverax is coming to on the table. Nobody's really had time to move yet. What's the scene?
Cowl's gonna say, Sniverax, what just happened? Are you okay?
Where am I?
You grabbed the sword and then just dropped?
The sword. The temple, yes. And I am on the table with the model. I have experienced more than a day should contain. I may need to process some of this, but the short version, for the danger we are probably still in, the sword will be an ally, I believe. There's more to it. There's more power it may have. But for now, we are still on Casimir's mission, are we not?
So,
She's referring to it as a sword anyway.
Yeah, that's fine for you. I just meant Callow probably wouldn't have thought of it as such.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, what? Oh.
Yeah, Callow, all of you have seen is the hilt of a sword.
Right. I'm just going to, since Callow, I assume, is close enough to Sniverax, because I would have, walked up to Sniverax at the very least to try and get crouched down to say, "Are you okay?" I would probably, when Sniverax mentions the word power, I would probably side-eye Vilnius, and I'd hope and I don't know, try to do it in a way such that Sniverax also catches the side-eye.
And she'll append that it's not the sort of combat power I think we will be able to use to destroy Strahd or even conquer so much as a single wolf. It is strange.
Let me cut you off there. Sniverax, as soon as you say Strahd, you feel kind of a shiver run down your arm, still holding the sword. You try not to think about it, but as you continue speaking, something happens to the hilt. A beam of light suddenly appears, shoots out of this hilt, and it is in the shape of that original crystal blade that you saw in your vision. And it's not a flashlight. It seems to be solid light.
Well,
And the glow just absolutely fills the room. And what you, Sniverax, understand, the betrayer, the one who killed your friend, was in fact Strahd von Zarovich.
Sniverax, it looks like this thing disagrees with what you just said.
And I've just put up a link to the stats of this particular weapon. It's basically a +2 longsword that also has finesse.
It means you can use strength or attacks.
And the damage type is radiant. Buddy, you got a real magic weapon, not just a stick.
I did not expect this. Nothing what I saw of the sword suggested they could do it.
Wow. And could I have a... I don't know if this should be a perception check or an insight check, Sniverax, but there's something I want to see if you catch on to.
I think insight, we are already trying to shape this so second magic man doesn't get the urge to take this.
Well, it's something you realize about yourself. But yeah, okay, insight's great. Okay. The sword, and you know now it's taken to thinking of itself as the sun sword. It wants to kill Strahd. It wants it more than anything else because Strahd took friend from him. But it also doesn't know if it can do it. So it's also a little afraid. But yeah, so you guys have managed to fulfill one of Madame Eva's prophecies for you.
We're fucking doing it.
Doing it. I have an important cheesy question. What material is the handle made of?
Oh, let me see if I have a picture. That would be so much easier, wouldn't it?
Wood.
Yeah, just give me about an hour and a half to go through all the handouts in this fucking thing.
While you're doing that, do we want to take 5?
Yeah, that works for me.
I could use 5.
I could make a sandwich.
For a sun sword and a sunblade, so I'll just show you both. But I think sun sword matches better what I have in the source book.
All right, I'm taking the 5.
Yep, back in a sec. I have returned.
Same.
Is that Mastiff Sniv's dog?
No, although it could be.
Mm.
Haven't really gotten into detail on what kind of dog she had. That is the Mastiffs that the Burgomeister in Vallaki had 2 of. We just
Right.
didn't really deal with him very much.
No, we kind of avoided dealing with him at the time.
I'm back.
Guess I should show you guys that. What else have we seen so far? Oop, we lost somebody.
That was weird. Oh, wow. Ah, the golem we never got a good look at.
Yeah, I figure you saw enough stuff that was adjacent to it.
Watched from the murder holes on the other side, too. Well, that was a fun narration for the blade.
Yeah, I thought it would be a fun way to give you an idea of just how sad the Blade's backstory is, but also show it could be an ally.
Now it's the hard meta decision of both my strength and dex kind of suck. So, honestly, this is probably better in Kalika's hands. Like, it's 1d10 versus 1d12, but that radiant damage, the +2. Like, even with the +2, and using dexterity, it's not up to the same damage and hit bonus as my wooden stick.
Really?
Yeah. Well, it scales off my wisdom, which is a +4. I have a +1 to dex.
Hmm.
Yeah.
You've made the connection, though, sir.
Did.
Hello. Sorry?
I made first contact.
I hear you, Prateem. I don't know what you're sorry about.
Oh, I was like a minute late.
I haven't heard anything from Angel yet. Oh shit, I forgot to read the description of this room. All right. Dominating this room is a 12-foot tall model of a dark castle with high walls and tall spires. Behind it, tucked in a corner, are some ruined furnishings and a wooden chest.
Chest.
Want to do investigation?
A safety investigation first.
Okay. You are 99.9% sure that it's not a mimic because this chest does not appear to have a tongue.
How does it taste? I'm assuming my investigation went pretty poorly.
You're
It's
so
edible
bad
by
at
your
investigating.
standards.
Oh,
So bad at investigating, you lost something. That's how that should go.
Sniverax forgot how to do math.
I appreciate you thought she knew how to do math.
She knew how to do 2 plus 2, and now she's back to 2 plus 1.
Oh,
All right, so are you going to open it?
Kylo's gonna notice the poor attempt at investigation and try to do one of his own. Oh god, there it is.
do you want a taste of it too? Oh, apparently not.
Yeah, dude. Well, no, for posterity, Kylo's definitely going to lick it too.
Yeah, it tastes like dusty old wood. Go ahead and insert your sexual reference there.
Can you lick the science?
Yeah, you do not see like any Skyrim style traps, like wires you need to cut or something.
Yeah. So what does the investigation yield or anything? Just
I
no traps?
Yeah, I thought that's what you said you were investigating for.
Yeah. Sorry, I didn't piece that together when you said it. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna open it then.
Okay. Quick perception check for me, please.
It's
me?
a fucking mimic.
Yep.
Well, look, you told me it wasn't a mimic, so I'm,
I already nibbled on it.
and
Not a
we
mimic.
licked it.
All right, so Callow, there's some cool shit in there. It has an old map, which, like, whoever this room belonged to, they kept the original floor plans of Castle Ravenloft.
Oh, that is very convenient. Holy shit.
And now, of course, they're not labeled. It's like this is a construction only thing. So like it doesn't. This one's where the sandwiches are. This one's where the money is. This is where Strahd's tomb is. None of that shit. But you've got a floor plan.
And we have a scale model of it, which
by this point has been shrunk down and put in Vilnius's bag.
Just to reiterate, though, Casimir got no ticks off the model itself, right?
Nope, it was just the sun sword hiding away in there.
Okay.
Wait. Hey, Vilnius. How did we shrink that down again? We just pulled a thing?
No, he used a spell to shrink it.
He had tried to do it before he met you guys, but wasn't successful and wasn't sure why. It was
Probably
because
because of
he
the sword.
wasn't exactly.
Yeah.
Right, and also, Callow, because you gave this thing such a thorough once over, you realize there's probably a false bottom in this chest, or else the base is just super fucking thick.
So, do I investigate again, or can I just say I opened the false bottom, or knock around for the false bottom?
I think if you knock around for the false bottom, you can find it and open it.
I will chew it open if you can't.
Of all the vermin.
Okay, well then, Kala will knock around for the false bottom, and
Yeah, you do find it pretty quickly, and you are able to open it up. You find a very interesting book in a hidden compartment. After some, just sort of leafing through it real quick, you realize it's kind of a magic book. I'm going to put the link in the Discord. It's called the Tome of Understanding. Basically, this book describes ways that you can exercise either your mind or your body. Sorry, this particular one is for your mind. But if you are able to spend 48 hours over a period of 6 days or less studying this book and practicing the exercises described therein, you would be able to increase your wisdom score by 2.
So basically on long rests.
Well, it's a bunch of long rests, but yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And this type of book, once it's used, its magic goes away and then returns in something like 100 years. So this isn't something you could all pass around and everybody gets +2 wisdom over a week.
Talos just going to make note of it and tuck it away with the intention of sharing the knowledge about this later. Just not in present company.
Angel, you back?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I don't know if you caught it, but the model of the castle has been shrunk down and put in Vilnius's bag.
So, and we found a chest, and within the chest was floor plans for Castle Ravenloft and a false bottom with a Tome of Understanding within it. Callow's going to let the others know, okay, in here there seems to be a map of basically the floor plan of the castle miniature that is now in Vilnius's bag. Vilnius, you kind of put that thing away a little quickly. Can we, just study it real quick? I mean, I know we have the floor plans here, but is it possible that we can just study that thing really quickly so that we have a visual indication of, what things correspond to what? We don't want to keep it. And remember, our original agreement was you would let us study this before you took it.
Vilnius kind of rolls his eyes, pulls it back out, but now it is still shrunk down. So whereas it was 12 feet tall, now it's like 12 inches tall. It's approximately the dimension of a D&D source book as far as length and width.
And Kalo's gonna look at Casimir and say, could you, is it possible to create, a magical recreation of this, that we could poke around through, rescale, and this is out of character, but like those CSI enhance.
Oh, like shrinking you, so you can fit in.
No, I don't want to be shrunk down. Let's be clear about this. I want to recreate that without actually recreating it, by magical means, or have its structure identified somehow.
Casimir just gives this kind of I don't know what the hell you want shrug. I don't know what kind of wizards there are in your homeland, but this is not a method with which I am familiar.
Okay. Well then, do we just want to take a moment to compare the floor plans to this miniature and make sure everything looks similar? What if the floor plans are of a different time period than this miniature? Let's just make sure that what we see is what we get.
Just a quick little verification.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so give me just a moment.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
All right, so I'm gonna dump some maps on you. I've just got to double check them before I do, so I don't want to give too much away. Vilnius, not Vilcus. We're not playing Skyrim, Broseph.
Well, one of them.
So I'm checking these over before I show them to you, so just to make sure there's not a, this is where the treasure is, and this is where Strahd sleeps at night, and there's no guards.
Yo, sit down. It's not even that long.
That's quite far.
It's not.
My little legs, right?
Go on.
Okay. Anyway, there's a whole bunch of reading material for later. But yeah, that's map, and like the model is such a small scale, like you don't get the exploded views like you do from the maps, but like as best you can tell.
As best we can tell, it looks appropriate, right? Okay,
Yeah.
that's fine then. Yeah. Okay, I mean, you can take it back to Vilnius. It looks like we're all good.
Come on,
We're not. It doesn't have any information that we don't already have now.
come on then.
And he pops it back into his bag.
Okay, is Sniverex gonna end up having Kaliko hold the sword?
If Kalika wants to try taking it, Sniv will probably emphasize more that it may send you on a journey, but Kalika is welcome to hold it. Correct me if I'm wrong, but to my understanding, yes, the sword made a connection. We sympathized, but it isn't, straight up. It's now just bonded to me, right?
Yeah, that was like a 3-second attunement kind of thing, but it's not like it can't attune elsewhere.
Just each one of us holds it for a second to attune for it, and everyone just gets to go on their own trip.
Except for whoever is Toph in this situation, because the sword is Zuko. Anyone that's
I don't think Kalika's gonna have any a special pull to it, but if Sniverex thinks it's gonna be safer in her grasp, she has no problem taking it.
Yeah, and even if Kalika doesn't want to use it, just keeping it out of the hands of that guy.
Oh yeah,
For
oh
now.
yeah.
I'm gonna say, you know who can use a finesse weapon really well that is kind of fucking useless right now? A certain hunter.
You want the sword?
I don't know.
I'm 100% fine with that. I figured you wanted to stay more with the archery, but if you're fine going into more of a melee rogue,
I don't know. I'm just saying, like, the magic damage is useful for me because you all already do magic damage. If we're thinking about maximizing usefulness, but I am also already pursuing ways to make that happen, so it really doesn't matter. Whatever you think works best.
I think at the meta level, if it does, resonate with each of us, Kalika first for this place, and then, come back to it and like, okay, who's going to use this full time? And Callow, well, you want a spirit journey, the magic sword, fight by your wolf's side.
Spoiler alert, Jimmy was the chosen one all along. He runs around with the hilt in his mouth, occasionally popping the blade out.
Oh my god, is he Sif? Jimmy is Sif?
Dude, that makes you Artorias. How are you with your left hand?
Oh no. You know, I'm down. If I get to turn Jimmy into Sif, I will sacrifice my left hand to become Artorias. What I am curious about is the hidden motive of the wolves and this blade's hatred for Strahd, and I wonder how that will manifest, if it will at all.
Stir out there, literally.
Yeah, I didn't mean it actually.
Some hot water for
But I
celebrity
guess,
chef
yeah,
facing some
we'll
payback.
find out at some
Everyone
point.
thought, how is this girl going to cook blind?
You're going to be judged like everybody else in this competition.
Yes, chef.
You know what? I trade you for the book.
Stop! That's what we're serving. Get a grip and wake up!
Well, you don't even know I have
What kind of
the
a-
book right now.
Gives a live crab to the blind chick.
Dude, let's take the book too.
No more Mr.
You
Nice Guy.
you can propose this trade later on when I tell you. But
She's like very easily
but yeah, no, this book is staying
Honestly, chef,
secret
there's
for
just
now.
no excuse.
Okay.
I was flustered.
A dream, she says, that turned into a real kitchen nightmare.
No one
Okay.
ever really thought that it could be
So
this big.
what
We
now?
did not grant her any advantages.
Vilnius
Are you stupid?
wants to go deeper into the temple because he believes that's where the power is. And yeah, Casimir wants to approach the big ass statue that you guys have
Right.
seen.
I am curious also, since we're moving in other directions. I want to take a peek out this window. Yeah, there's another platform back here. So there's a back room here. Do we want to look at that, or do we want to just leave it untouched?
Can I listen at the door, please?
Smart man. He's a smart man.
Well, you give me a perception check while I read about what's in there.
I want to note. I want to note though that there are other doors here. Like this is a door, but if we look here, this is also a door, and this is also a door. There are many doors here.
And I think they should all be investigated safely.
Yes, I agree.
Okay.
I think we already know where that one goes to, because I think it just goes back into the room that we were in. Oh wait.
No, that's this one. That's the second. Yeah, that's it.
right.
There are two unexplored rooms here.
All right, so Corfel, while you are, all right, yeah. Before we get to that, let's talk about Kalika taking the Sun Sword. So, I feel like Kalika's sort of alien nature might change the way she experiences the bonding with the sword. She definitely gets the mental image that the sword is alive in some way, and that the sword watched Strahd kill its friend in cold blood. Like that's going to be the big takeaway. I feel like due to Kalika's reptilian nature, that maybe grief is not something that she's going to process in the same way. And I realize what Sniverax is. Just
I'm sorry, can you
Sniverax
tell me
has
where I had
seemed
put the
more,
green onion?
for lack of
Still
a
in the
better
bowl?
word, human.
Maybe he really wants her out.
Get out!
I really loved cooking, but I thought it was going to be something I would have to give up.
I really have mad respect for that lady.
I don't like her.
Mental journey trying to figure out how the hell Kalika
As you know, there can only be one winner.
internalizes the idea of grief and loss.
Well, that's the thing. When people talk about lizard brain, like, I don't fucking know what lizards think. I cannot empathize or sympathize with them the same way I can with something
Thank you.
mammalian.
Oh, the
first
loss
name
of a
is-
good
My
partner,
name is
potential
Christine.
partner.
Christine, you've got 5 minutes to complete that dish. Thank you.
The way I've kind of been just Kalika,
Just in front.
I don't know if they
you were there,
would want
just
to
a little
extend
bit
this
higher
out
down.
to other
There we are. Thank you.
Yanti creatures or not. But I've been kind of reading it as they don't have necessarily the same amount
Christine.
of pack
Were
bonding
you
instinct
born blind?
as mammals do.
No, chef.
Like,
when
it's a
I
lot
was,
more pragmatic. Okay, I'm
maybe
gonna
about
work
10
with you
years
because
ago,
it's
I
just
was
easier to survive that way, but
diagnosed
there's
with
not
the-
quite,
I'm
there's
sorry,
not
can
the
you
same
tell me where I
intensity
had
of,
put the
yes,
green
pack
onion?
bond onto
Green
everything.
onion.
Still in the bowl?
But there's
should
definitely
be
an
right in front
idea
of
of
It's right in front of
wanting
me?
Right in front of your hand.
to have
There
your family
Okay.
succeed, wanting to have yourself succeed, wanting
I
to have your
started
children
losing my
succeed.
vision around the same time that I
Maybe not
started
quite the
teaching
same
myself
amount of.
how to cook. But every
There's
time my
definitely an
vision would
infection,
decrease, I would have to teach myself again,
affection, I
how do
feel,
I use the
between,
stove?
you know, your brothers and sisters and your comrades in arms and all that, yada yada yada. But it's more about long-term success, what's gonna help this little species survive, what's gonna help your particular children survive, or the closest, or your nieces and nephews maybe even. But a lot less, someone dies, yeah, it's sad, yeah, it's mourning, but it's not full screaming, you know, you have 100, if you have 10 eggs in a clutch, if 2 die, that's kind of to be expected. It is sad, but it's not the same intensity as humans may have.
Okay.
Sorry, that was whole nonsense. Jesus Christ. Okay.
Look, you got some weird shit sprung on you, and you had to go into the psychology of lizard people, so it's fine. But to your perception check, Corfell, you don't hear anything. It is like dead silent in that room.
I crack it open just a little bit and peek through.
As you crack the door open, things change a little bit.
Oh boy. This is where Corfell dies again.
No, it's just a little bit.
Now, the fact that it opens at all is enough to make a thing happen.
That's fine.
As long as I don't die, it's okay.
You see in the room, let me give you the description here. Torches and sconces illuminate a dining table in the center of the room. Covering the table is a magnificent feast that fills the hall with the rich smells of cooked meat, sweet vegetables, piping hot gravy, and wine.
I close the door. There's nothing there.
Wait, what? Can you repeat the description of the room based on the crack?
Torches, table and chairs,
Yeah.
really, really good smells.
Can I tell whether what I'm smelling is real?
Just a sec. That's a good question, but I need to look at something to know how to answer it.
Over how do I use a knife?
My mother was very overprotective of me, and she didn't let me help her in the kitchen at all. She would tell me to stay away from the sharp knives or get away from the hot stove, so I didn't learn to cook with her. I was often embarrassed of the foods that my mom used to pack.
It would need to be an investigation check.
You're investigating the smells, right?
Nope. No, I'm not.
Oh.
I mean,
Okay,
I am,
you
but
were,
yeah.
It's just apparently not. You were, yes, but no.
Correct.
Based on what I'm seeing here, yeah, no, you are convinced that shit real, yo.
Well, that's interesting. It seems there's a table full of food through here.
I wonder if that's actually done it.
I'm going to guidance this too. knowing, of course, her sense of smell is limited as her taste, but not that she can't smell. Just probably can't identify the foods.
19.
I will say that with a 19, Sniverax, who's comfortable eating literal garbage at times, is clued in that there's something artificial about the food smell.
Doesn't actually have nutrients in it.
Yeah, like, obviously this doesn't exist in that universe, but this is the difference between a coconut-scented candle and a piece of coconut.
Okay. I was also thinking, like, you take the most artificial grape soda and you take the sugar out, and now you're just tasting. No, that's definitely not grape.
Yeah.
I closed the door back over.
Wise choice, Corfel. I think there's something wrong in there.
Perhaps we should just continue with Casimir's
Yes,
quest.
we have
herein.
plenty of food.
There are 2 other doors here. We should consider.
I'm going to do quick perception checks on both to see if I can hear anything inside.
Guidance!
Oh, roll that guidance. Roll that guidance.
Yeah, 18.
So that's for the
It was
first.
still good.
Yeah, that's for the first door. Are you guiding me again?
Yeah, I'll guidance.
Can we double guidance? Does that stack?
I'll guidance
It does
you,
not.
guidancing him.
Oh,
Yeah. So I am gonna say, Corfel, on. All right. So the first door is the one you're next to. The second door is the one a little bit south, right?
Correct.
You don't hear jack shit behind either one.
All right.
Do you want to open either one of them?
Do they have prominent
We're
keyholes?
fucking going. I'm opening
We're-
this one.
We're
Let's
doing
go.
it. Let's open one at a time.
Yeah, we're doing it. This one. Let's go.
I assume Sniv might be trying to look through a crack and just it opens with Callow pushing over her head.
I'm just double checking that there's not something indicating either of these doors are locked. So yeah, first this one.
There's another door.
At a certain point, we need to just forget about the doors.
All right, and so the one to the south, were you going to open that one as well?
I'll come down and open the one to the south.
Wait, got the other door. No, he already opened this one.
Oh, okay.
We already investigated this.
Right. Oh, by the way, when the last door opened, I'll just describe this. It's a 20-foot long, 10-foot high hallway of bare stone. Has an amber door at either end. So obviously the one you just opened was.
Spikes are going to come out of those walls. I can feel this.
All right, and in this room that's just opened up, stone blocks resembling tables stand in the center of this room, covered in dust. Carved into the stone walls are niches filled with hundreds of dusty bottles. Cobwebs hang from the wooden ladders that lean against the walls. So about a 15-foot high ceiling in this room.
Can we investigate? Is there anything useful in here? In these, because there's hundreds of little hiding spots, is what I hear. You said indentations, but I hear hiding spots.
Oh, Pratim, you did it.
Okay. So good news, you got a natural 20 investigation check in a room with no loot.
All right, understandable. Have a nice day.
So,
Just might
there
be a
are,
full bottle.
as part of your investigation, like you see a bunch of bottles that used to hold potions, but now hold, in some cases, dust. In most cases, nothing. The efficacy of these potions has been nothing for probably 100 years. And you start to climb one of the ladders to look at one of the higher alcoves, and you realize these ladders are pretty much rotted from just years. So they might as well be made of balsa wood, and you're a fat ass. It's just not happening.
I'm just going to backtrack to the other room very quickly and listen again at the other door.
right, give me that sweet, sweet check. You don't hear anything.
We forgot to guidance.
It's all right. We're just
Can I
gonna
guidance my own? Can I guidance my own perception?
You can.
Since I walked into the room with you.
Guide yourself.
Well, it's not gonna go well. I'm not even gonna bother.
That's fine. Sniverax can take as many bottles as she wants. I would advise they get cleaned out first, because like I said, most of them have some residue in them. Okay, yeah, mark that in your inventory.
I think now is the time to continue downstairs.
Wait, we're not opening the store. Callow's opening the store. His store is opened.
Okay, give me just a sec.
Oh no. This is where Callow dies.
Oh, you said downstairs. These are stairs.
Yeah, so these are stairs leading down.
Spooky. All right.
Is Vilnius still with us now that he's got his
Yeah, no, he's wanting to head downstairs because that's where the power is, he said.
Before we go, though, the statues, the big statue, I have a feeling it may be of importance.
Big statue? Which big statue?
The one in the central hall.
Yeah, center room.
So for that one, you would also have to go downstairs. It's just that one, the staircase that gets you there is more obvious. It's a grand staircase.
And
this will also take you downstairs.
There's also an invisible thing there that's ready to finger death us. So I'm
Oh, we don't want to get fingered.
a little first. So oh, this is a dead end. Is there anything in this?
No, that it leads into another map. If you guys want to go down, I just need a moment to switch you all over. To
I think we go, but we go cautiously.
Okay, give me just a moment.
Leroy Jenkins?
No Leroy Jenkins. You know, if you want a Leroy Jenkins, you can go from the fucking grand staircase in the center hall.
Oh god.
No, I had you guys down here already. I just need to move where your tokens are.
Everyone was disgusted that it was smelly, but I regret to this day never having learned to cook from her. My mother actually died when I was 14, and all of a sudden, part of my childhood was gone.
Okay, should be ready to move you now.
And she left me no recipes. I went to a bookstore and bought a used cookbook.
So you were on Amber Temple Upper, now we're on Amber Temple Lower.
What's that on the wall?
Okay, so let's talk about what's in this place. Description of the room. Jesus Christ, there's a lot of stuff down here. Okay. The lower west hall. Glistening amber coats the walls and ceilings of this enormous hall like sculpted honey, and dust covers the black marble floor. The vaulted ceiling is 25 feet high. Set into the walls at a height of 5 feet are amber ledges lined with life-sized alabaster statues of cats, frogs, hawks, owls, rats, ravens, snakes, toads, and weasels. Many of the statues have fallen off their perches and lie shattered on the floor. An amber door in the north wall stands open. 4 other amber doors to the west and south stand closed. Vilnius points out to you guys that the animals represented there represent common wizard familiars.
Oh, this might be like a crypt. Well, there's a door right here, but do we want to explore the room first? There are lots of doors. Wow.
I think maybe we should secure behind us before we move forward.
All right, so I would ask if you're going to go around corners and stuff, like give me some heads up before you do it.
Sorry.
You might trigger things is all. Yeah, so you want to go through the door to your south first.
Yes.
That is what Sniv is suggesting.
Okay.
Okay, are you doing an investigation check first?
Guidance, whoever's doing it, but yes.
Guidance.
I will investigate the door.
Guidance is such a nice cantrip.
It is.
While he's doing that, could Kalika do her own investigation of just using tremor sense to try and get a, sense of the world, or sense of if there's anything moving around on this level?
How far out would tremor sense work?
Give me a second to bring up her thing to see if it says there.
Because there's 100% shit down here.
And
Just,
I started
don't know
reading these
if you're going to
recipes
notice
word for
anything
word
from where you are.
and trying to execute these recipes in my small kitchen.
Ever since I've been trying to recreate her recipes.
Give me just a second, I'm bringing
I love
up
the fact
the
you're tasting everything.
I have to, I can't see.
I really loved cooking, but I thought it was going to be something I would have to give up, not being able to see.
Within
I couldn't
60
even make something as simple as a peanut butter jelly sandwich.
Okay.
And I remember getting the peanut butter and the
there's
jelly all
nothing
over the
within
counter
60
and
feet
not
of
being
you
able
other
to
than your
align the two slices of bread together neatly. And I remember
Okay,
throwing away that
so
sandwich
investigation
and just
of
thinking, like, how am I
12,
ever going to
you
cook
don't
for
hear shit
myself?
through that door.
Mm-hmm. I look to Callow. Since you like opening doors so much.
Let's see what's behind door number south.
Callow, you try to open the door, but nothing happens.
Arcana check.
Roll that beautiful bean footage.
Oh, you gotta find my fucking thing. Oh, it didn't work.
Would my
Where the hell is the lock on this thing?
Yeah.
Callow's gonna look at Corfel. Maybe someone that actually knows about magic should do Arcana checks. He's just gonna sheepishly
I'm
step
just
away.
gonna check for the door this time to see if it's actually just locked.
Okay.
Okay, that too. All right. Now you're just showing off.
Mr. I have not negative intelligence.
Yeah.
That's just cheating.
Is
no,
the door
we have
locked?
a faded ally that's a little proficient in magic.
All right. So, yeah, you don't see a lock. Let's say Casimir walks over and sort of gingerly places a hand on the door. Well, this door has been locked magically. Nick, would you roll an Arcana check for Casimir, please?
Yes.
While I look something else up.
That'll be a 21.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, shit. You have a 6 modifier?
Casimir
he
does.
has a
Casimir
6
does.
modifier?
Because he's proficient.
mage.
Yeah, so one of his skills is Arcana.
Yeah, he sort of thinks about it for a moment. It has been magically closed. I believe the spell is known as Arcane Lock. It would open if we knew a password. We could also attempt to dispel the magic. If we were to attempt to pick the lock or break the door, we would find it quite difficult.
I feel we should look for the password.
Yeah, like if any of you have a spell designed to get past magical locks, like we've established that Casimir and Vilnius have counter spell, which is not really what we want. You'd want like an anti-magic zone or field or whatever it is,
Or
the
knock.
spell.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, barring that, trying to just from a mechanics perspective, if you had a rogue in the party who was proficient with lockpicking,
the dish does
they
need
could make a go at it.
the sort of
but
stability. It's a
anything with
staple
arcane
done
lock
usually, but
cast
missing the
on
rice.
Yes, Jeff, I
the
understand.
DC
I'm
pick
sorry.
the lock goes up by 10.
You're going to be judged like everybody else in this competition.
Yes, Jeff.
Smith is going to
In the history of
walk up to
MasterChef,
the
we've
door,
never had a
plant,
blind contestant.
point at it,
Your personal
and
challenge
yell,
aside,
"Open!"
for me, that's one of the
Shockingly,
most delicious
nothing
dishes I've
happens.
tasted in this competition.
1, 2, 3, 4 password?
Password 1? That did it. All right. What was? Yeah, no, that's nothing.
I want to see if there's any markings on the door or around the door. I'm going to guidance this. Investigation. Did Discord drop?
Who's investigating? What are we
heard you
investigating?
say guidance investigation. I didn't
okay.
see it. There it
I
is.
wanted to make sure it was the right roll.
Yeah, that's what he was asking.
Hey!
21.
Unfortunately, it does not appear that there are any markings here. Let me just double check the source material once real quick to make sure. Yeah, no. Say this door is different than the ones that you have seen before. Let's say it has like some decorative markings on it, but nothing in any language that you have ever seen. And of the 4 doors that are currently closed in this hallway, this is one of 2 that have this appearance. The other one has different markings on it. It's a bit further north. It's the one closest to that open door up there.
Mm-hmm.
But they both have the same look to them.
Okay.
Once you get some passwords, you can start clearing this bitch out.
Well, I think we can at least say nothing will come through the door. Most likely. There have been flame skulls, sure, but I do not think they can speak.
While that's happening, Kalika's just gonna sort of wander off and just Google the snake statue.
Okay.
I didn't know which one was meant to be the snake, so I just kind of guessed.
Oh no, that's fine.
Kylo's gonna excitedly say to Corfal, ooh, the thing, the amulet, does it work? Does anything happen?
Do I feel anything?
Not where you are. Okay. Sorry, I had to do a double check. There was something I thought was supposed to be down here that isn't. It looks like it's elsewhere. Okay, no worries.
Okay, well,
so what's next?
I'm gonna listen, come up to this other door on the left very carefully, and listen.
Guidance. I knew what Corfal was gonna do. I guidance before he even moved, dude. I got you.
Yes, pat of guidance.
Go get him, slugger.
It's that pat on the way out of the locker room onto the field.
Nah, screw the pat. I slapped your ass with the towel, dude. I whipped it.
You hear
he's into it.
Nothing behind that door.
I don't trust you and your absolutely nothing when I'm rolling a fucking 20.
It could mean there's nothing back there. Sometimes a cigar is just a cigar, Sigmund.
Kylo's gonna cough and say, "Okay, I think it's my turn, and I'm gonna try and open the door." Aha!
All right. Furnishings made of ancient, colorless wood have collapsed under their own weight and now lie covered in cobwebs and dust.
Investigation guidance.
Is there a blanket on there?
Yeah, there's an old dusty
Oh God,
ass
I am so bad at
blanket
this.
on the bed.
No.
Kyle's just gonna walk out of the room and stare dejectedly.
Take the blanket and shake it off, see if it is of any value whatsoever.
You couldn't sell it to anyone, but it's a blanket.
Okay. I'm replacing the blanket that got burned.
Yeah, all right.
Also, search under the bed. I know where people keep the interesting things.
Investigation, I guess.
Okay.
Guidance yourself.
Could we go check the I'm guessing these are a set of drawers?
So all the furniture in here has collapsed with age over the years.
Okay.
So it's like it used to be a chest of drawers. Now it's a haphazard pile of wood. So yeah, even with a natural 20 investigation, Sniv, like the mattress has just kind of collapsed onto the floor. As you try to lift it up to peek underneath it, it sort of falls apart in your hand, really. Like there's stuff underneath it that maybe used to be parchment, but it too has long since crumbled into dust.
Mm. Well, before anything gets set on fire, I'm going to peek around this corner very carefully.
Nothing happens. You don't really see anything. Like you can kind of see into that room. It looks pretty well empty from here.
Okay.
Is there another door?
There is another door up here.
Yeah, there's well, there are 3 more doors you haven't monkeyed with. Yeah, there's that one that's closed, the one further on that's magically shut, and then the open one past that.
Alright, well, this is gonna be a little bit of a sadder ass pat because, you know, I'm terrible at investigating, but I still believe in you. Guidance. See, like, you fucking did it. You didn't even need my help.
Oh,
Go
yes,
get him,
it's
Slugger.
24.
Oh, shit.
Solid ass slap.
Okay.
I don't like that, okay.
So, you don't hear anything in that room. However, something doesn't feel right. Like you just cannot shake this feeling. Like the hair on the back of your neck stands up a little bit. You think something is probably in there.
I think we should leave this one alone. Something doesn't feel quite right here.
Cowell's gonna look at Sniv and say, perhaps you can, you know, take a look. Not physically, but, you know what I mean.
Well, I can only do this one more time. And I have a feeling worse things may be to come.
Okay.
These rooms seem to be not quite of no consequence, but storage or odd things. Not what we are looking for. And honestly, a gut feeling like that's from Corfell and with a guidance, I believe that is indication of something we should not deal with regardless, even if it feels safe. Or not directly evil.
Okay. Next door?
Next door.
Next door.
Okay, let me scoop some stuff up here. Might want to bring Jimmy along.
Am I being guided,
wait,
sir?
Where even is Jimmy? Oh, there
As
he is.
I'm seeing something, and I'm gonna try to pull
Yes,
whoever I can to
so-
the wall.
That is what I was going to mention. So you definitely. So I'll give you a quick breakdown here. The door that you guys are at right now is not unlike that first door. It looks magically sealed, probably password protected, although you haven't checked it yet. But that door to the north, that's the same kind of door, and baby, it's wide open, and there's something in there.
I'm gonna try to move a little carefully and just get there and close that door.
That is a big ass door, and it's it's not something you're going to be like. It's hanging off the hinges just barely. You're not going to be able to close it quietly.
Have we been spotted?
Maybe, you don't know.
Okay, but Snivrax has seen it.
So, do I need? Would a perception tell me if it, looked back at the same time I saw it? As soon as I see that thing, I'm going to the wall, like out of its line of sight.
So far. Do you know what I'm going to give you?
Go ahead and give me
apron.
just a quick
Congratulations.
perception check.
Thank you.
Christine's the most amazing woman I think I've
Yes,
ever seen.
whatever this was, it
She just
did
amazes me
not
at what she
see
can do.
And I'll give the
Thank
sort
you,
of
Chef.
Fresh,
hush sign
fragrant.
and try to indicate
You
we
cook
have the jump on this.
Every freaking time like an angel. Good job.
Thank you, Chef.
Seriously.
I've never seen Christine do anything that isn't perfect.
You should
So,
be
with looks,
incredibly proud.
I really
Are
have
we looking at attacking this thing or turning around?
Jeez.
I think
Callow is going to probably shake his head because he's considering if it looks like the door was similar to the previous ones and they were freaking sealed shut. It might be a little dangerous. Like he's gonna indicate that he is doing some hard thinky face right now.
So, like pointing down the hall, get out of here.
Yeah, well, he's gonna point down the hall and look and like shrug and be like tilting his head and saying maybe good idea.
Sniv will nestle right up to that wall, ready to go.
And you hear sort of a whisper from behind you from Vilnius. There is power in there.
Oh dear God, Vilnius.
you should go check it out, but don't mention we.
respect for that lady.
You exceeded our expectations.
Is there
As
anything
you know,
that...
there can only be one
okay,
winner.
this is Callow asking.
And that winner,
At a whisper. These
Christine!
things were sealed. Magic. I would assume they're magical enough that they need to be sealed with powerful magic. So, is there anything that perhaps Casimir or Corfel or Vilnius that you could do to kind of help us figure out what we're dealing with?
I don't have anything.
So, Casimir, I guess, would kind of peek his head to see what he could see. Could I get an Arcana check for Casimir, please?
You can.
Nick?
That'll be at 14.
Can I say that I was guiding since I, recommended it?
Okay.
I did recommend. Alright.
That'll be a 17.
I believe the creatures in the room to be Nothics. They are, by nature, evil creatures, but will not necessarily attack us.
Have you ever had any experience with them? Like what?
Mostly through books.
When I cook, I feel like my mom's spirit is
He
somewhere
shrugs.
nearby.
Also, I want to make note that you said creatures, plural.
Mm-hmm.
You saw extra. Sorry to do this. Can I break away now?
I actually think this might be a good place to just go ahead and call it, because if y'all go in there and pick a fight,
it's going to be a while. Hopefully.
Or it could be one turn in TPK.
That's true. Thank you for the session. And,
Thank you, dude. Yeah.
Thank you.
Continuing to not kill us. With door shenanigans.
We are being much more careful this time around, which is good.
like you guys, you survived just long enough to realize, hey, maybe there's a special way I should approach these effing dungeons, huh?
I mean, that was the fun part of surviving the vampire encounter, of like the in character moment of everything is dangerous. We're always in over our heads. Just cheese everything.
Mm-hmm.
I'll say the good news is you guys are high enough level now, like you're not going to get one shot. It's going to take at least 2 hits to kill.
Yeah, at least 2.
A really good roll on a fireball. You might get all 6 as 8s.
God.
Yeah.
Anyway, pooping time.
Bye.
Thank you, everybody.
Thanks all.
It was fun.
Okay, yep. I will catch everybody next week then.